Hello my loves and welcome back to my hair channel. It's that time of year again when many of you are heading back to school in just a few short days, so I wanted to put together a video for you with 10 heatless hairstyle options that are not only super cute but are easy to create. No matter what your style, I'm sure you'll find a hairstyle you'll love and will want to try out. So without further ado, if you want to see my 10 back to school heatless hairstyles, then please keep on watching. For this first hairstyle, I'm separating a long triangular shape from my forehead to the top of my crown and clipping the hair underneath out of the way. With this section of hair, I'm braiding a Dutch braid that's attached to my head. So to do that, you simply want to braid a regular 3-strand braid, but instead of crossing the side strands over the middle strand, you want to cross them under the middle strand. And as you do this, you also want to add in small sections of hair from the outside of the braid to keep the braid attached to your head. So every time you cross a side strand under the middle strand, you want to pick up a section of hair from the outside of the braid, incorporate it into the side strand, and cross it under the middle. I'm simply repeating these steps until I run out of hair to add into the braid, and then I'm continuing to braid a few inches down before tying it off with an elastic. Then I'm gently pulling out on the sides of the braid to make it thicker and creating the exact same braid on the other side. Once I have my two braids, I'm gathering them together and picking up some loose hair from the top of my crown and twisting the loose hair and braids together into a messy bun. To secure it in place, I'm using a few bobby pins and then gently pulling out on the sides of the bun to fluff it up. For the next hairstyle, I'm gathering my hair into a high ponytail and pulling the ponytail through the elastic only a few inches on the last tie. I'm gently pulling out on the top of my hair to create some volume, and then I'm taking the loose hair, wrapping it around the front of the base of the ponytail, and pulling it through the loop that I created. If your hair is longer than mine, you can keep pulling it through the loop until you can't anymore. Once I've done that, I'm securing the loose ends with a bobby pin or two and then fanning out and pushing down the bun and pinning down the sides of the bun to the top of my head. When you're done, you should have something that looks like this. The next hairstyle is one of my favorites and probably one of the easiest ones to create. All I do is gather my hair from my ears to the top of my crown and tie it into a high ponytail. Then to create some volume, I gently pull out on the hair in the front, and then to add some polish to my ponytail, I take a small section of hair from the underside of the ponytail, wrap it around the base a few times, and pin it in place with a few bobby pins. For this next one, you want to repeat the same steps as in the previous hairstyle minus the ponytail base wrap and just twist the ponytail around itself to create a messy bun. To keep the bun in place, I just pin it down with some bobby pins. Another quick and easy heatless option is to gather the hair from the ears to the top of the crown and simply braid this hair into a 3-strand braid. I like to leave a few inches of loose ends at the bottom to make it more undone, and that's it. That's the way it should look. Another one of my favorite heatless go-to hairstyles is this messy Dutch braid bun. To create it, all I do is braid a large Dutch braid that is attached to my head like I showed you in the first hairstyle, and once I get to the back of my crown, I pause and pull out on the braid a little bit to thicken it up. Then I continue braiding a regular Dutch braid without adding hair into the braid from the outside and tie off the braid when I have a few inches of loose hair left. I also pull out the rest of the braid to match the thickness on the top. Once I have my braid, I gather all of my loose hair with the braid and tie it into a sloppy, messy bun. I really have no rhyme or reason for doing this. Really, the messier the bun is, the better in my opinion. And after I've done that, I just like to pin random sections of the bun to the back of my head. This hairstyle looks so different every time I create it, which is one of the things I really love about it. This next one is so fun and is really for the playful girls out there that like to be different. So what you want to do is separate your hair down the middle into 2 sections and then pull your hair up into a high ponytail on one side at a time and braid the loose hair into just a regular 3-strand braid or Dutch braid, whatever is easier for you. Then you want to pull out on the sides of the braid to loosen it up and then wrap the braid around itself, starting at the base to create a messy bun and then pin it in place with bobby pins. Then you just want to repeat the same steps on the other side to create these cool looking braided fun buns. For something really playful and easy, simply braid 2 pigtail braids and pull out on the braids to loosen them up. I also like to leave out some face framing pieces in the front to give it a more relaxed boho vibe, but this is completely optional and you totally don't have to do this if you don't want to, and you can just include the face framing pieces within your braids. These next 2 hairstyles are great options on those dirty hair days when you want something that's going to cover up your greasy roots and look super cute. For this first one, I separated my hair in the middle and I brought the hair from one side to the front and I'm braiding a 3-strand braid. This is going to ensure that the hair is going to lay flat against my head without any awkward looking bumps, since this will be a Milkmaid braid. Once I have my braid, I'm pulling out on the sides of the braid to thicken it up, and then I'm creating the same braid on the other side. Now that I have my 2 braids, I'm draping each braid over the top of my head and pinning it to the top of my head with bobby pins and tucking the ends of the braids under my hair to hide them. And lastly, I wanted to show you a variation of this Milkmaid braid using rope braids. So again, you want to bring the hair from one side to the front and braid so that there are no awkward lumps or bumps. To braid a rope braid, you simply want to separate the hair into 2 sections, twist both sections one way and wrap them around each other the opposite way. Keep repeating these steps until you get to the ends and tie it off with an elastic. Create the same braid on the other side and then drape the braids over the top of your head like I showed you in the last hairstyle and pin with bobby pins. Okay guys, so that wraps up my 10 back to school heatless hairstyles. I really hope you enjoyed them and found a few that you want to try out for school. If you wanted some makeup inspiration, I also have a beauty channel with tips, tricks, and ideas. So if you click the video in the top right corner, it will take you over to my beauty channel so you can check out my videos. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe for more videos like this one. You can also follow the Fancy Hair Instagram account for daily hair inspiration and follow my personal account to stay connected with me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you and I will see you in my next video.